And about on the seventh day, we arrived where my father and my two brothers were, and we were very happy to see them because we felt like, okay, we escaped 7 days of possible danger. And so my father and my two brothers had already set up two large tents and for us to stay in until the next step, whatever the next step was going to be. So we were in the tent. We thought it was a blast. We had a really good time. And the children, of course, Mom was terrified, and the whole time she was terrified. So we stayed in the tent for a couple of days. Well, the first night we were there was in the middle of the night, and I hear loud voices and almost like screaming. I get up and I run to the next tent to see what's happening, and it was my father's trying to guide a snake out of the tent. So he had a gun. And I thought, why didn't you just shoot him? But he guided him through, and the snake slithered away, and we all went back to sleep. Maybe it was, I don't know, second or third day, we heard the planes again. And we were way at the top of the mountains in Kurdistan, and it was Saddam's plane. And they dropped a bomb. And it was maybe 100 yards away, but it didn't explode, which was incredible. It was only by grace of God that it did not, because we were, it was right there. And my teenage 17-year-old brother couldn't resist to go down to where it was to touch it. And it was a big one. So anyway, the last day on the mountains, we left and we got on another bus to a neighboring town in Iran. At that time, the Shah was ruling the country, and he welcomed the Kurds because he hated Saddam. So an enemy of Saddam is a friend of his. So we got on the bus and we went to the neighboring town, in a town called Ashnavia, and the people there were Iranian Kurds, and they were very kind and very sweet and very welcoming. They actually made space for us. Every square foot of space they could spare, they prepared it for us, and for a lot of the Kurds, Iraqi Kurds families. And we ended up in a, I think it was a stall, like, for horses, but it had 6 units, and in the middle a huge courtyard, but it was all dirt. And so they prepared the units. They cleaned them, and it was concrete floors, and you have two rooms, no furniture or anything, and a door that leads to the courtyard. So everybody had an individual unit to themselves, and